Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests. I also think there ought to be an evaluation just on the Toastmaster of the evening, because my goodness, he's injected lots of dart announcements. However, I am just doing the table topics this evening, and I do hope that with all the 6 people that I'm evaluating, I don't make too many extraneous remarks, sentences or phrases. We begin with Jill. It was a great topic. I think everybody understands the 5 senses, and I think that all of the people who actually were given the topics that they spoke about already fully understand what the 5 senses are and made very good use of your explanation. You were very expressive, your introduction was excellent, you explained with confidence exactly what you wanted, how it was going to go about, and we started with your first person that you chose, Bijan. Bijan has always got a story. Bijan has always got a story about a story. Bijan has always got a story about a story about a story. And if they didn't have a timekeeper here, we'd still be listening to the stories of Bijan, which I have to tell you are mostly very well worth listening to, on the whole. And I don't know whether smell is one of your wonderful, most favourite senses, but I thought you handled it extremely well. I don't know what the timings were, but I bet you got pretty close to your 2 minutes or 2.5 minutes, whatever it was. And I'm very pleased that I've learned all about your nose, because obviously anyone that goes around enjoying the smell of goats has got to have a good nose, which actually takes us back to Angela, because she's the one with the nose for the wine. But the nose for the goats, that's another story entirely. You always do give a great story, and it always comes across very well, and you're very clear, and people listen to you. Providing you don't end with words that we don't understand, everybody really loves listening to you. I have one very, very small recommendation. It is not necessary to look at the time and tell everybody about the time. We all know what the time is. It isn't part of your speech. It would be great if you just left that out, and when your red light comes on, woof, you're gone. The next subject was sight, and that was Amin. And you're not a member, are you? No. But it could have fooled most of us. I thought your presence on the stage was really very, very good. It was very beautifully presented. Some say that table topics in general is possibly the most difficult to master because you don't get too much time. Jill afforded you a brief glimpse before we all came up here. So you had a rough idea of what was going on. But to stand up here without, as far as we're aware, the experience necessary to not even waffle for 2 minutes, but to give over a great delivery on sight, which was beach or sightseer. And I thought you also could have gone on for 3, 4, 5 minutes and kept us all entertained. I don't really have any recommendations for someone as new as you appear to be, because you did everything so well. You would be a terrific poet. Some of the beautiful flowery lines came across extremely well. Great eye contact, very good voice production. 1 or 2 people here this evening I felt hadn't projected their voice quite as well as they should do, and your projection of the bloke who was 100 yards behind us, he certainly heard every word that you said. Then we came on to the sounds of silence. Oh no, that was a song. The Sounds of Summer. That was our Bill. Well, there's no one quite like Bill, because we know Bill is a champion, certainly knows how to deliver a speech, and has presence on the stage, unlike most of the rest of us here. There wasn't one word about whiskey, which in itself I made a note of here. I've never heard the birds before I went to sleep. But then I'm a good deal older than you, so that's, if I had done, I've forgotten. His metaphors, of which he used quite a few, all about getting up when the rest of us are going to sleep, which is pretty much what he meant. His nighttime bent. At some stage, you're going to grow up and you will not be out of your house after 8 o'clock like the rest of us. Rave music. What the hell is rave music anyway? I'm impressed that you know what that is. Something about drums, I understand. 6 a.m. in the morning. That's pretty neat, isn't it? Hands up everybody who's ever gone to bed at 6 a.m. in the morning at this age, apart from Toby. You're still working at 6 o'clock in the morning, aren't you? I think everything you did there, Bill, I can't add one more. I certainly can't give you a recommendation. There's nothing to tell you. You know it all. You can still get better. I don't know how, but I'm sure you can. Your presence is terrific. Your subject was great, and there wasn't one word about sex. Then we came to Raj and taste. Eating in another country. I think that probably needed more than 2 or 3 minutes anyway. Where's Raj? Oh, there's Raj. Sorry, excuse me. Yes, I'm not going to make any cracks about mystery, because that's already been said. I would like to see you as you are walking around the stage, or even just addressing us in general, not to do what you're doing now, crossing your arms. I'd love to see them by your side, to be more expressive. Most of us are more expressive and expansive in that way when our hands are doing what they're doing. Very good projection, and the flow of the way you were speaking also a natural. It's time you came back. As Mike said, there's no such thing as an X. And finally, Coralie. What can you say about Coralie? She said it all, really. The Zumba here, the Zumba there, and here a Zumba, there a Zumba. Prolific talker, fantastic, sparkling, humorous, Indian head massages to boot. What more can I say? You were all terrific. The Topics Master was great, and you did a fine job. Thank you.